lit. Roll up to the party.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. This afternoon, when I started this evening. Good afternoon and welcome back. Big shout out to everyone who has donated to the One Celtic Fans View Boxing Day live event. As it stands at the moment, we are on a fantastic amount. We're almost at the first hour mark. We've raised over £602 so far, just in a couple of days. And that is a fantastic amount already. I am staying on for 1 hour every £1,000 that we raise. So I'm throwing down the gauntlet to the Celtic fans to try and keep me on as long as possible. I do want to stay on as long as possible. And for every hour that every £1,000 that is raised, I'll be live on YouTube on Boxing Day for 1 hour. We're 60% there, 60% of the way into our first £1,000 donation, and we've got a long way to go until Boxing Day. So I'm really looking forward to this. Absolutely fantastic day that we'll have on Boxing Day. And if you don't know about it, make sure that you click on, I do have it on, yeah, it's on the screen there. This is the One Celtic Fans View fundraiser for the Celtic FC Foundation. I will be taking to Boxing Day on the 26th of December. I'm excited to share this mission with you as I gear up for the One Celtic Fans View Boxing Day live event on December the 26th, 2024. For every £1,000 raised for the Celtic Foundation, we will be live, myself, on YouTube that day for every hour that there is £1,000 in the kitty. Hopefully it jumps up on the day also, but if you want to donate beforehand, urging people to donate beforehand so they don't have to do it on the day. And just every little penny counts. Every little penny counts to the Boxing Day Live for the Celtic Foundation. And I've got to say, I'm over the moon, absolutely over the moon the way it's went so far. £602. It's not a too shabby amount, do you know what I mean? And thank you to everyone. A big thank you to everyone that has donated to that. Anyway, let's jump into some Celtic news. Let's see who is all online first. And a few folk online. We're only staying on for 20 minutes at this point. Staying on for 20 minutes at this point, and then we'll jump back on live 1 hour and 30 minutes before kick-off tonight. We will be live. Thank you, Kaiser, for keeping on putting up the Just Giving page. It's an absolutely fantastic amount of money that we've raised so far. And if it keeps going in the right direction, hopefully I'm on for about 4, 5, 6 hours on the day. That would be fantastic. It would be absolutely fantastic if that happened. But anyway, Kaiser's in the house, Carly's in the house, Mobley's in the house, Danny Cassie's in the house, Stoned Outlaw 1888 is in the house, and someone's even in the bath watching me. That's just wrong. I don't need to know that. I really don't. It's too much info. Anyway, before we talk about I'm going to talk about some transfer speculation regarding a Celtic player. But before that, I want to talk about the battle of the winger and the fullback tonight. Dyson Maeda absolutely terrorised Nicky Devlin when we were at Hampden last month, really, wasn't it? Beginning of last month, the beginning of November, about a month ago now. And he absolutely terrorised Nicky Devlin, and during that 6-0 mauling. And he said he's going to make no mistake. He's refusing to let Dyson Maeda get the better of him this evening. I think that if Celtic do manage to terrorise Aberdeen, I mean, Aberdeen had a good amount of fans at Hampden, so they can't say it was the fans. They can't say it was because Celtic had the bigger fan base. It all comes down to the players, and let's face it, the Celtic players on the day were absolutely amazing. But Nicky Devlin says that the Japanese winger proved too much to handle in his 6-0 Premier Sports Cup semi-final, scoring a hat-trick. He completely annihilated the Dons on the day, and he went away with the ball after the game. But tonight, he says, look, at Hampden in the opening minutes, he got a bit rough and tumble. He's not going to do that to me tonight. I'm not going to let those antics that he did at Hampden get to me. He's already got into Nicky Devlin's head. And that's the great bit. He's already in his head before we've even kicked a ball tonight. Nicky Devlin's already thinking, "Fuck, it's Dyson Maida. Dyson Maida's going to start tonight. Jesus God, man, Dyson. I'm just going to take him out. And let's hope Nicky Devlin does take Dyson Maida out and he gets sent off for it. That'll be brilliant." Devlin says, "I might try a different approach. There were a few early bumps in the game I've not had with him before, to be fair. It wasn't something normally intentional. I think that because I'm a defender, you're always playing a risky game. But the games like that, it's more often than not that the strikers are going to attack the players and give you better opportunities for their team. We didn't handle it very well on the day. I'll hold my hands up. He got the better of me, but that's not going to happen tonight. He got a hat-trick. He's never get that. Nicky Devlin's in pieces, isn't he? Nicky Devlin's... I mean, why would the Aberdeen even allow Nicky Devlin to speak to the press after that mauling by Dyson Maida at the last game? And it's a bit like just throwing the lamb to the slaughter. Like that one? And will we throw the lambs to the slaughter tonight and finally put out the Northern Lights once and for all this season? Celtic can extend the lead at the top of the table, and we'll just get the table up as always. Celtic can extend the league at the... that's the wrong screen. Trying to move different screens. Move this here, we'll just make it a bit bigger there. Celtic can, if I go this way, Celtic can extend the league at the top of the table. We're at 36 points, and we can head up to 40 points and leave Aberdeen on 33 points. But the thing I don't like is Aberdeen, the gap is closing between Aberdeen and the third team place. That's something that I don't really want to happen. I want Aberdeen to try and, after tonight's game, get back into winning ways, because they've not had a good 3 games in a row now, Aberdeen, but we don't care about them after tonight. They can do what as long as they don't do it tonight, it's all fair and square. But I do want them to try and keep up the run that they are on to keep that third team place in third place. He's went on to say, "If I'm selected for Wednesday, then hopefully it won't happen again." Devlin sensed that it wasn't just Dyson Maida that was pumped up for the game. The entire Celtic squad were pumped up for that game. In fact, it rattled Aberdeen, who had to come down from 2-0 behind to rescue a point at Celtic Park just a few weeks earlier. Yes, they did come from 2 behind, and everyone thought it was going to be a bit of a beefier game at Hampden, and it wasn't. Celtic took their eye off the ball in the second half, and they had a point to prove. And I think that they'll have that point to prove tonight again. Brendan Rodgers is up in Aberdeen already with the team, having stayed in Aberdeen last night, as they always do. And I think that the good thing about it is the team will be nice and relaxed going into this, knowing that if they play their football and they play it well and they do everything correct, they do everything that they're doing in the training, they'll ultimately win the game and extend their lead at the top of the table. Nicky Devlin went on to say, there was a wee bit more of them in the game. He says sometimes it happens, maybe because we're not used to winning, and they are. The big titles, that is. Aberdeen's 6-0 defeat was the first defeat under the new manager, who had admitted it was a nightmare to play, and it was even harder to watch. The right back, Nicky Devlin, explained that it was probably one of the times that we went straight over to the manager after the game. In terms of the next couple of days, when we were back, the manager obviously showed us his areas we thought we should have done better in, or a lot better, or even just got near Celtic at all. Some people say that Celtic are already talking about invincible seasons. Devlin knows that Celtic are quality, and he just wants his Aberdeen side to give them an ultimate test in the league. Who cares? I know you've got to be shy about it. Who cares what Nicky Devlin ultimately thinks? I hope that Dyson Maida absolutely rattles him. Dave, I'll get to little Lilo or whatever it is in a minute. I've not forgotten about you. I haven't forgotten about you at all. But I will get to that, Dave Morton. That's Aberdeen, and there's a lot of people now talking about the situation between Celtic and one of their youth players once again. It's one of those situations that hasn't been too favourable for Celtic youth players over the last couple of seasons. We've lost a lot of good players, and it looks as if we are maybe about to lose another one. It's came to light that Daniel Cummins has, he's been on a bit of a goal fest for the B team. His future is in limbo, as there is no contract extension being offered by Celtic. The attacker is yet to receive a formal offer of a new contract by Celtic and could be heading for the exit. Will he be sold? Celtic generally sell players that are coming to the end of their contract, and it looks, if he's not offered a contract between now and Christmas, he's another one that will be sold at the Christmas window for about £400,000. Celtic youth starlet Daniel Cummins, it says, has been reported, is yet to receive a formal offer of a contract extension. If he's not received a formal offer, it means that they've been in talks, and the agent will have told Celtic what he wants. And if it's going to go the same way as all the other starlets and youth players that have left Celtic, when an agent goes in and demands X amount of money and Celtic go, well, no, this is the wage structure, that's what they're getting, and that's end of conversation. That's the end of the conversation, because Celtic will not make a wage offer to a player that wants more for them to then reject the offer. I know it's bad business, and you know that's when negotiations should come into it. But the looking from the outside, the way that Celtic seem to be doing their business is an agent will come to the meeting and they'll say, right, I want £10,000 a week from a player, and Celtic will go, no, this is what we're offering. Do you want that in written? Would you accept that? And the agent's obviously going, nope, I'm not going to accept it. Celtic go, right, I'm not making an offer. Simple as that. It's business. Fuck off. Simple. Bolt. Bolt. Never said that for years. What brought that out of my mouth? The 18-year-old has been sensational for the Celtic B team and notching up 22 goals in 20 games, including UEFA Youth League games. A number of English clubs are monitoring the situation. Brentford, Wolves, Fulham, Ipswich Town, Sunderland, Burnley. Whoopee! If that's the way that he wants to go, and if he wants to follow the rest of the ones that have left Celtic for more money, and it's going to do more harm to their career than any. There's not many players that have left Celtic that have went on to be superstars, is there? There isn't so many of the younger players that's went on to be superstars. There's maybe one that we could think about, but you know, when it comes to it, we've been there and done it before. I mean, there was a little guy that came through that Tommy Burns actually that brought him to Celtic, and he was going to be the next little Messi. And the thing is, he's still 5'2". He's now playing adult football, and he's still 5'2". So anyway, yeah, it is what it is with these younger players. If they feel that they can get more money elsewhere, Celtic will not offer them. It's just the way that it is. It is the way that it is. According to the Mail Sport, Park-Caird youngster is yet to be tabled at a new deal, despite earning praise for the first team boss Brendan Rodgers for his goal-scoring exploits. Rodgers is in the transfer market for a third striker after losing Rocco Vata to Watford in a similar situation. Rocco Vata wanted more money, and he wanted guarantees of first-team football. Brendan Rodgers spoke about it in the summer and last winter, saying that younger players need to understand that they have a football education to go through. And that in football education doesn't mean that you go from B-team football to 10 grand a week, just like that, in Scotland. He doesn't believe that it does the player any benefit, and although the agent will go, look mate, I can get you 10 grand a week down south, let's just fuck Celtic, we'll go down south. If that's the way it's to be, so be it. It's another player that has said that he only wants to play for Celtic, but he's listening to the agent far too much. If it was me, and if I was the parent of Daniel Cummins, I for one would be turning around and saying, look, you would tell the agent to do one, and you would just take I mean, it's players are getting agents at a younger and younger age these days. I mean, they're getting agents at like 12, 13 years old. It's absolutely bonkers. The game's gone nuts. Let them develop and let them play football. And I like Rodgers that way because he's an old school manager that believes in old school ethics, work ethics. Work hard, train hard and show that you're good enough, and then you get into the team. None of this bullshit, you've scored 22 goals. But yeah, that's at B team level. Yeah, we'll bring you into the team only if you're going to sign a new contract, but your agents turn around and say, do you want 10 grand a week? We're not going to offer you 10 grand a week, so we're not going to offer you a new contract. Simple. That's the way that I see it. Anyway, that's us done. Hi from Burnt Island. Once again, Baz, Burnt Island, fantastic part of the country. I love going past Burnt Island in the train, like I did just a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, right, I'm going to do a big shout out to someone's granddaughter, is it a granddaughter? I've lost it. Let me just jump through the comments. In fact, I'll get it quicker if I open up this other page. Studio. There we go. Yep. Davy Boy, whose little granddaughter was taken back into hospital late yesterday. Poor baby Lilo. Is it Lilo or Lilo? I'm not too sure. But anyway, I was to give her a shout out, and hopefully that she gets better soon, mate. You're an important member of the One Celtic Fans community, and it's never good when you have a baby or a kid in hospital. I've been there before with family, and it's never a good thing, so hopefully that she gets better soon. I just hope that everything's okay, Davey. So yeah, so if everyone can give little Lilo a big shout out. Stephen needs your email address. He can't find it, legend. It is on. It's on the. It's in every single video. It's at the bottom. 2 seconds. I never check the emails. No, it's not at the bottom of that. It is on. Do you know what page it is on? It's on the main page. When you click on to more, and then you scroll down the bottom, business contact via help. There we go. Let me just 2 seconds. I'll just jump in. I've never checked emails for a couple of days. Just 2 seconds. Websites. Email. No. Do you know what I love about websites, right? Is there's this Egypt, and trying to sell me marketing for the Hoops merch website, and I said, look, the Hoops the website gets advertised to about 400,000 people a month, so I'm not interested in your services to promote on social media and stuff. I totally understand, she says, even though you're not ready to explore our solution right now, I'd love to introduce. I'm just going to reply, no, fuck off. In fact, just block the motherfucker. Anyway, sorry. We rant on there. Okay, Baz, I'm not your chore wrench. I'm just helping out. Stephen Johnson, there we go. Stephen Johnson, Hoop Merch. No, that's not the Hoops Merch. You've given the wrong one out, Kaiser. It's help. I'll put Stephen. He's not online. Stephen. Oh, there he is. Stephen Johnson, there you go. There is the email address. Anyway, that's me done and dusted for just now. The one to watch tonight, I think, will be the Dyson Maida Nicky Devlin situation, because I think that I think he's going to go in with a couple of crunching tackles right at the beginning of the game, which will be interesting. Join us, squad guest, Baz. Squad guest, we had the squad up for a couple of days. We had the squad up a couple of days ago. I think that the squad will be Cameron Carter-Vickers, Trusty, Alistair Johnston, Greg Taylor. If Greg Taylor doesn't get a shout, he's on his way out the door. That'll then be Alex Bai. I think Brendan Rodgers will revert back to Callum McGregor, Rio Hatate and Arnie Engels in the midfield. In the up front, you're going to have Dyson Maida, Nico Kuhn and Kyogo will start the game. I think Brendan Rodgers will go with the strongest team possible, the team to win the game. He's not going to have any love lost. A lot of people will say, start Luke McCowan. Nah, Brendan will say he'll go with the players that he thinks can win the game in the first half. He'll want to get the game done and dusted as quick as possible, and I think that's why he'll go for that team. That's just my prediction. We'll wait and see what happens an hour and a half before the team comes out, around about an hour and 15 minutes before, so make sure that you join us tonight. The sheep are bricking it, they are that. How many in this group watch games from Paddy's Point? And I've been there in years, and there's not many that go to Paddy's Point in this on the channel, I don't think, Mike. There's one or two, but they're never on. They never comment on that much. Alan that spoke the other day, that's about it. I think if I was to go down to Paddy's Point tonight, there's probably only going to be about 10-15 people in watching the game this time of year. But anyway, not going to, because it's cold, it's damp-ish. It's not damp, but it's cold. Anyway, I'll see you before the game tonight. Davey, hope the little Lilo is okay. Paddy's Point, it's a pub in Spain, Carly. It's a pub in Spain. Bobski says one of our family members prolific problems died today. Oh, of course, the village showed the pouring of grief. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Tims in the village. Also glad. Lovely. Anyway, I'll see you in just a couple of hours. On that note, have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans all around the world. Now, where is it? What have I done with it?
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll